Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Madhouse TV, live. DJ Vinny Dice in the house with you once again. You know, when you're on live TV, you got to make sure everything's right.
Thank you for coming on the show.
It's your pleasure. Today, I have a special guest with me, Mr. Johnny Lala, backup singer from the Delphonics. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Lala. Brooklyn, New York, my hometown. This isn't no Jersey Shore stuff. This is real reality TV at its finest. Do you think that you have what it takes? Because I don't know what you're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, from Brooklyn, New York, cousin, how you doing?
Listen, it's all about the way you present yourself. What else you need to know?
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the DJ Vinny Dice Show. Another Saturday afternoon, and I'm in the house. I want to thank my previous guest, Gene Santini. He did an unbelievable job. I'm telling you, Gene, I'm getting phone calls about you. Just an awesome job. I want to get right into the show. We got a very funny comedian here with us today. But first, like always, straight from the freezer box, my co-host, Enzio Barone. Enz, what's going on?
All right, Vinny, but before we start, I want to give a shout out to my boy, Sean.
Well, look at the camera. Don't look at me.
Sean, it's his daughter's birthday today, Olivia Sandbox.
Lunchbox.
Olivia Lunchbox.
Now, all the way here, you rehearsed this, right?
And I forgot. I'm sorry, Sean, but...
I said to you,
I believe she's 2 years old.
Right, but I said to you, I said, Enz, you're not going to get
all
it right.
right.
You're not going to get it right.
I got it.
You
I made
call
a
the girl
mistake.
Sandbox.
Olivia Lunchbox.
Her nickname is Lunchbox.
Okay, I got it.
Sean, I apologize. I mean, you know.
Sean understands. We got it, Sean.
Oh, by the way.
Yes.
I got a couple of emails.
Oh.
And it seems like people watch the show. And for some strange reason, they took a liking into you. So, Sarah Bernstein, nice Italian lady.
Sarah Bernstein.
From Poughkeepsie.
My girl, Sarah.
Writes, Dear DJ Vinny Dice, we enjoy watching your show. Enzio is adorable.
Wow.
Did he ever get freezer burn working in the freezer box?
Did I ever get freezer burn?
That's what she said. Did you ever get freezer burn? Sarah Bernstein from Poughkeepsie.
Believe it or not, after all the years...
Talk to Sarah, not to me.
Sarah, believe it or not, after all the years I've been doing this in the freezer, I've never gotten it till now.
You got freezer burn?
I've never gotten it.
Till now?
Since I've been in the freezer. The answer is no.
Oh, that's all you had to say. You couldn't
No,
just say
Sarah.
no? Joey Balushi from Brooklyn, New York. My hometown, baby.
My man Joe.
Joey says DJ Vinny Dice show is hysterical. It's not supposed to be funny, but what the heck. Question for Enzio.
Oh.
Enzio, how do you make out with the chicks?
Oh, very easy. Put my arms around them.
No. I don't think he means make out.
Come on.
How do
What
you,
does he mean make out?
Not kiss.
Oh, how do I do?
Yeah. Joey from Brooklyn.
How do I make out? How do I go about?
Yeah.
I do very well for myself.
That's the answer the guy's looking for.
I got no problems.
Okay, I got one last one, thank God. Tawanda Smith from Jacksonville, Florida.
Tawanda Smith.
You don't know her. Tawanda writes, Dear DJ Vinny Dice, the show is awesome. We love it when Enzio sings. Can he sing a little My Girl?
My girl, talking about my girl, my girl. How's that? What's her name?
Tawanda Smith from Jacksonville.
Tawanda Smith. You want a little bit more? I got sunshine on a cloudy day.
Okay.
When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May.
Well,
I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way? Tawanda.
very nice.
All right?
Big round of applause.
That's for you,
All right.
Tawanda.
And the last question here, how do I get to meet Tom Mealy? No, we don't. We don't need that. Okay. That's it. Very good.
Beautiful.
We have a studio audience with us here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get a shot of our studio audience? 3 very lovely ladies. Mary from Massapequa, Gina Marie, and Monica. Ladies, welcome to the show. There's a reason why they're here, because our comedian who we're going to introduce to you right now, Mr. Joe Pontillo, happens to be related to those 3 lovely ladies. So at this time, without any further ado, Joe Pontillo, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Vinny, and
Welcome, Joe.
NZO. I'm slightly aroused by your singing.
Well, thank you, sir.
It's a little aroused, ain't it? Oh, not bad. So, Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you're from? How'd you get started in comedy?
I'm originally from Long Island. I'm from Valley Stream, and now I live in Brooklyn. But I started almost 10 years ago doing comedy on Long Island out at Governor's in Levittown, and was naturally horrible at first. And then, you get better over time. You start, working all over the country and, doing whatever, radio and TV and wherever they'll have you, basically. And that's where I am now, pretty much.
Wow. So where do you get your material from? When you're getting ready to go out on a gig?
I just hang out at a bar for like an hour, and I get a good amount of jokes.
Get about a month's worth.
Now, my material comes from everywhere, my family, my wife, whatever's going on in the world at the current moment. So I really don't stay to one set thing. I kind of just bounce all over the place.
Right. I tell you, I know it's a tough business. I know that. There's a lot of comics out there. Actually, this Sunday, I got to do a little promo here.
Uh-oh.
I will be at El Clasico in Massapequa. Vic DiBettetto, bread and milk guy, 12 million hits on YouTube. He's got the Justin Bieber rant. There's still some seats left if you guys want to get some tickets for that. 798-8496, 516 area code. Call now. Come hang out with us. It's going to be a great night. Enz, you have any questions for Mr. Pontillo? Because I know you like comedians. You like to go to comedy.
Who's the other comedian you look up to? Who's your
Idol.
favorite?
I don't look up to any comedians. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. I don't know. When I was growing up, I was really into Seinfeld and Kevin James. And then when I got a little older, I got into like Louis Black and Stephen Wright, people like that.
He reminds me of Steinfeld in a way.
Seinfeld, actually, he does a little bit, yeah.
Like the pro field.
Yeah.
He's from Long Island, and Seinfeld's from Long Island also. Yeah.
Someone screamed that at me on stage one night. They were like, "Mini Seinfeld," and I was like, "All right, let's calm down."
Vinny Seinfeld. Yeah. Wow. So you're from Valley Stream to Brooklyn? Usually it's the other way around, no?
Yeah, I'm kind of doing the reverse of what everybody else does. My wife lives in Brooklyn.
What part, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, Greenpoint.
Oh, Greenpoint.
So, so I kind of just moved in with her when we were still dating, and we're still stuck there. So that's kind of how that's going.
You're from Greenpoint, no one's over there by the Mika Morgan section?
No, I'm from Brooklyn. I moved out to Valley Stream, though, when I was 13 years old. So I was going to ask him, where about in Valley Stream?
I'd rather not say.
Want the guy's address?
We
Valley Stream ain't good enough here?
Okay, Valley
What do you want?
Stream,
It's not
fine.
that big of a town.
Okay.
I live near the state park.
Near the state park.
Enough said.
Enough said.
State
That's
Park.
fine, state park.
But when you were...
No, because I lived, Franklin Square, borderline, Valley Stream.
Right. But
Naturally.
what part of Brooklyn were you from?
Hemlock Street, Myrtle Avenue,
I'll try one more time. What part of Brooklyn were you from?
Ridgewood.
Ridgewood.
Yes,
I think that's Queens.
Ridgewood,
Yeah.
Queens.
No, wait. Are
I
you from
call it
Brooklyn or from Queens?
Brooklyn.
What?
Brooklyn.
You're from Brooklyn.
Bushwick.
He's from Staten
Are
Island.
you from Bushwick or you from
Bushwick
Ridgewood?
section of Brooklyn.
I asked you, you said Ridgewood.
It's Bushwick,
You're from Bushwick.
yes.
I'm from East New York.
They change the names every week in Brooklyn.
And actually, Joe, I don't know if you know, I mean, I never met Joe until today, but your dad lived 5 houses from me in East New York, Brooklyn.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Oh, it was, yeah, it was some town. Yeah, we had a good time over there, though. So I happen to know your dad for a very long time.
Yeah, he
And-
would possibly would have come out, but my mom actually had foot surgery yesterday. So, he's becoming the woman of the house for the next week and a half or so while she recovers.
Does he cook? Is he a good cook?
He thinks he is.
Right.
Nah, he's a good cook.
Are you a good cook?
If you need a grilled cheese or a bagel, yeah, I'm your guy, but that's about it.
Now, what do you do? I mean, is this your full-time job, or do you have something else that you do on a 9-to-5 basis?
Yeah, I'm like, I mostly make my money from comedy and, movies or whatever, but,
So you don't have a job?
No, I have a part-time job.
Oh,
but-
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, but it's like,
Rather
I'll
not
be
say.
there 1 or 2
Well, you
days
don't
a
have
week.
to answer that if you don't want.
No, yeah. It's actually right in Lindenhurst.
You're
that I
going to leave
work.
it at that. Leave it alone.
What do you mean leave
Yeah,
it
he's
alone?
got a part-time
I'm
job.
I
asking
started a
questions
fight.
around
I
here.
didn't mean to start a fight.
No, this is all the time. No, if I ask the guy, what does he do?
Well, you didn't answer. You don't want to answer.
What do you mean you don't want
I
to
just
answer?
told you, part-time job.
Doing what?
I
You
work
just
for a
said.
bakery supply company.
Oh.
Okay. You
So,
didn't have to answer.
yeah, you need, cakes or,
What do you do in
Yeast.
the bakery? You
well,
fill the donuts? Or?
no, it's not a bakery. It's a bakery supply place. So,
Oh, where you get all the...
Yeah, the eggs and the yeast and all that, and I don't know.
Yeah, now my co-host, who works in the dairy department, he knows a lot about eggs and milk and cheese. Where do you
I
get
could
your
tell.
eggs? Maybe you could work
what I
out a
do.
deal with him, hence, for the
Yeah,
eggs.
if you need that.
Yeah, talk to me after the show. We'll in the parking lot.
Yeah, I can give you my email address, and you can, email me.
You don't have an email.
Well, I'll give it to him anyway.
What are you going to give him?
He gets mail by carrier pigeons, though.
There you go.
You don't have a computer. Enzio,
I got a computer. I don't tell everybody.
he's got the same flip phone from '92. He keeps it very simple. Simple guy.
Ooh, you had a flip phone in '92?
I still have it.
He still got it with him, Joe.
I thought they only had car phones in '92.
Yeah, no,
This is,
he's got a flip phone.
I'm not going to give her this one.
So, Joe, you got any appearances coming up? Anything happening?
Yeah, tomorrow night, actually, 7 p.m., I'll be at the Brokerage Comedy Club in Belmore. And then Thursday, March 6th, I'll be at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown for all you Long Islanders. And, well, it sounds like you got people all over the country watching the show.
Oh,
So
seen everywhere, Joe.
call your local comedy club and request me, and I'll be there. Oh, and this Tuesday, what is it, February 25th, 8 p.m., I'll be at Gotham Comedy Club. Hot show. Get tickets. Yeah.
Very good. Now, you did something on YouTube. I must have saw it about 100 times. And you got to see this.
Yeah?
It is hysterical. So funny. Can you give us a little bit of that? Where, Peyton Manning, yeah. Peyton Manning, he stinks. Oh, let me tell you. He did this thing about sports. The Giants, the Mets, the whole thing. Very, very funny. Can you tell people how they can watch that?
Yeah, just the video is called, what's our language restriction here? It's
Whatever.
Bleep New York Sports Fans Say. And you'll find it easily. Or just search me, Joe Pontillo. You'll find me. And it's my most recent video. It's basically about like all the ridiculous things that New York sports fans say, which if you listen to any of the local sports radio stations like WFAN around here, you'll just hear the like psychopaths and lunatics calling up. And every week it's something different. David Wright sucks. David Wright is the best player ever. Eli Manning is garbage. Why did we get this guy? Oh, Eli Manning's elite. Like, it's just, the contradictory things that they say. So, it was a good video. Came out well. Blew up slightly on YouTube and all that. So, go watch it now.
I tell you, I've been watching a few of the videos. Now, I don't know. You don't do your
No,
homework.
you got to show me.
He just told you how to do it.
Yeah, but,
You go to the computer, you type in Joe Pontillo,
right.
and you'll get whatever he does. If you go to YouTube, and I'm sure, right, Joe, Pontillo,
Correct.
you'll get everything that the guy does.
Oh, okay.
All right? I mean, it's not a hard thing to do, and you don't have to make it sound like it's something impossible.
All right, we'll give it a shot.
Give it a
Try
shot. Check him out.
And I'm at least currently the most famous Joe Pontillo, so shouldn't be
All
too
right.
hard to find.
Yeah, how many Joe Pontillos do you know?
I know one now.
Right,
That's it.
but before that, did you know any?
I didn't know none.
Right, so now you type in, he'll come up, and then you can watch all his funny stuff. That he does.
Beautiful.
Now, there's a place that I know that you go to on Wednesday night, I believe. You want to plug that place?
Oh, yeah, I do a monthly show at Sip This Coffee Shop in Valley Stream. It's the third Wednesday of every month. Last show just passed, the 19th. Next show will be Wednesday, March 19th. It's free. You just got to buy coffee or some sort of dessert or just laugh. That's it. Just come and laugh. It's been going for almost 2 years. Actually 2.5 years. And it's a good show. There's like a handful of people who come to every show. And so I got to come up with new stuff every month, which is kind of a fun challenge. So if I get 1 or 2 new jokes out of each show, I feel like I accomplished something.
And that's Sip City.
Sip this.
Sip this. Located?
In Valley Stream, Rockaway Avenue. Heart of Valley Stream, if it has a heart. I don't think it does, but.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to have Mr. Joe Pontillo perform his comedy act. We'll be back after these words.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind, and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have 2 practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our 2 offices. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Joe Pontillo.
Right. Thank you, little girl. Yeah. Yeah. So my name is Joe Pontillo. I'm from Long Island originally. I live in Brooklyn now, which I live in one of those neighborhoods of Brooklyn that's kind of changed. You know, used to be a lot more scarier. Used to walk outside and there's always be a chance of getting mugged. Now the worst thing that happened is somebody broke into my car last week and left behind a basket of muffins. So, but see, I'm from Long Island. I'm not used to that kind of stuff happening. So the first thing I did, I didn't call the cops. I called my parents. And of course, my mother's reaction was, "Oh my God, did they take your Easy Pass?" Like, is this some racket I don't know about? Is there like a black market for Easy Passes? You know, I go see some guy with a trench coat. He's like, "What kind of Easy Pass you want?" "I got the blue one, I got the white one, I got the one for the trucks." It's scary out there. But, so I drive back and forth, Long Island, because my family's out here, Brooklyn. It's ridiculous. A lot of traffic on Long Island. It's getting insane. And it's funny, the only time of year we don't have traffic on Long Island is whenever there's a Jewish holiday. And they'll actually say that on the news. I'm listening to the traffic report one day, and the guy goes, "Traffic is light today due to Rosh Hashanah." I was like, really? Like, we're blaming traffic on the Jews now? They don't have enough problems? You know, and can I use that as an excuse? Like, "Hey, why are you late for the meeting?" Jews all over the road. I don't know what to do. You know, and then there's a lot of crazy drivers out there. My favorite is the guy who high beams you at night to get out of his way. There's like 4 lanes open, but this guy's committed to that one lane that you're in, and he's right up on you, blinding you with his headlights, and you're like, "Yeah, that's good. You want me to go faster, so blind me." That's some solid logic there. You know. And then they finally do go around you, but before they do, they slow down as they drive past you and give you this look like you're the worst human being on the planet. My favorite was one time a guy was giving me the middle finger and then pointing at his middle finger with his other hand. You know, as if I didn't know what I was supposed to look at. You never know. People are crazy. One time I'm stopped at a light. Some guy thought I cut him off. He quickly drew a picture of me, showed it to me, and then ripped it up before driving off. I was like, calm down, people. Just calm down. So I'm from Long Island, like I said. I'm from a town called Valley Stream. It's kind of a weird place. We had a piano store there for years, went out of business like a year or so ago, and everybody freaked out. They're like, "Oh my God, the piano store went out of business. We're ruined." What? Like, really? What does that even mean? Like, when the economy was thriving, people were driving down the road with 3, 4 pianos stacked on top of their car? Let's just calm down, people. But, I don't know. My family still lives there. My parents come to an alarming amount of shows, I would say. My dad's always going, "I'm your biggest fan, you know that, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, all right, calm down." And it's getting kind of crazy. Like, he actually signs emails to me from Dad, "your biggest fan," in parentheses. And I'm like, I might need a restraining order. I can't believe this. But he scares me because I could see him showing up one day at a show that he wasn't even at, and 2 people come up to me and they're like, "Hey, Joe, you were great. We're your biggest fans." And then my dad will pop up out of nowhere and go, "Oh, yeah? Were you at his high school graduation?" "Didn't think so. Take a hike, buddy." "Yeah. Want some ice cream, Joe?" I guess. My mom will come to a show and not laugh at anything. Like, you'll see an entire audience of people laughing, and she's sitting there like this, kind of judging. I don't know. Like, one time I saw her go, I guess that was a laugh, but it kind of looked like it hurt. You know, and she has no sense of humor. One time she texted me LOL, and I wrote back, "No, you didn't." Let's knock it off. So yeah. So now I'm married, and that's great. You know, we got married about a year and a half ago. I think we kind of did it for evil reasons, because I was going to a lot of weddings, and the only gift you're allowed to give is money. Which is kind of weird. And I asked my parents, I'm like, "What do I give as a wedding gift?" And they're like, "Give them like $200, because then when you get married, they'll give you the same amount." I was like, "Well, that's not a gift, that's a loan." Which, I think that's what we should do. We should just not call it a wedding, it's just a big fundraiser, you know? It's like, "Hey, I like having sex with you. I enjoy having sex with you as well. All right, we can make some money off this." Speaking of being married, it was Valentine's Day last week, And I waited until February 12th to go get chocolates and flowers. I just went to like, the local Rite Aid or whatever. And they change over so quickly, the stores, that there was more Easter stuff than Valentine's Day stuff. So I didn't get her Valentine's Day chocolate. I just hid some eggs around the house. And she had a lot more fun with that. So it was all good. But love my wife. She's great. We're always trying new stuff. We watched a porn together. And it was internet porn, which is really sad because you go to this website and the screen pops up, click here if you're 18 or older, or please go elsewhere. And I look at her and I'm like, really? Like, does that work? Is there a teenager somewhere going, yeah, my parents are out, time to watch some porn? And he goes on the computer, pulls down his pants, and oh no, that screen pops up, and he goes, ah. No. Guess I'm not watching porn. I'm going to go do my homework. So yeah, we're always doing stuff. We actually went to a heavy metal concert recently, which was a lot of fun. I kind of became the woman in the relationship for that night, because like I like heavy metal music. I just, I don't know how to act, so I show up with a foam finger on my hand. I'm like, yeah, all right, music. She gets there, she starts going. I'm like, I don't know who you are right now. And then we meet her friends, and they're all these guys. They're like 7 feet tall. They have hair that's as long as my entire body. They talk like they're choking on something. The guy's like, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, get in the mosh pit. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm 5'5", 130 pounds. If I go in the mosh pit, I'm coming out stuck between some guy's ass cheeks. You don't want to go there, And then they're like, well, do something to prove you're a metalhead. So I'm like, all right. And I did a cartwheel in front of them. And I don't think they bought it, but what are you going to do? So we live in Brooklyn, like I said. We're right across the water from Manhattan, which is interesting. I don't know. I'm like a magnet for homeless people. Had a guy come up to me the other night. True story. He goes, hey, man, can I get a quarter? I'm just trying to get my kids back. Like, are they trapped in a vending machine? Like, what does that mean? Kind of ridiculous. And there's a lot of drug dealers in my neighborhood. And what they do is they walk past you and just casually say what drugs they have. Like, I'm walking to my apartment one night. This guy goes, yo, cocaine. And then just kind of like skips down the street. And I was like, what was that? And somebody goes, that was a drug dealer. And I was like, well, what if I wanted some? He's like 3 blocks away now. I'm like, I got to wait till he comes back around. Does he do loops? Yeah. I wait there for an hour. He comes back. I'm like, yes. And he goes, I'm selling watches, man. I'm selling watches now. I changed. I don't know. Speaking of doing crimes, my dad, since we're Italian, always likes to pretend that he's in the mob, and he's not, And he'll do it about, like, the dumbest things. Like, I needed balloons for a birthday party recently, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, was it a cheap place to get balloons around here? He goes, I got a guy. Like, you have a balloon guy? Like, if that was the full extent of my criminal hookup, I would not be bragging that. Like, how does that work? Does he work next to the guy who sells Easy Passes out of his trench coat? He's like, what do you want? You want balloons? Opens up his trunk, all the balloons float away. He's like, oh no, my inventory. Then he just looks at me and goes, cocaine, runs away. I don't know. I do a lot of shows, and, you deal with hecklers every once in a while. I don't like dealing with hecklers because my response to them is either too dark or just awkward. One night I'm doing a show, some guy yells out, you're a bad comedian. I went, well, you're a bad father. Don't even know if he was a dad. That was just first thing that popped into my mind. Then another night I'm doing a show, some guy's heckling, and I went, sir, what do you do for a living? And he went, I'm a doctor. And I went, all right, you win. Carry on. I got no comeback for that. I'm not going to come heckle you at your job. That'd probably be pretty counterproductive. But what are you going to do? So it's a winter now. Winter's getting ridiculous. There's so many storms. I've dug out my car like 6 times this winter already. People yell at you like, hey, why are you throwing that snow in the street? I'm like, where am I supposed to throw it? In my house? Should I put it down my pants and get rid of it Alcatraz style, just shake it out at a different location? Like, it's not how it works. So I hate bad weather. I hate the way they cover the weather on the news, especially hurricanes. Like, we had Hurricane Sandy a little while ago, and like they had some guy on the beach throughout the entire storm, just reporting live. And he's there like 3 days before the storm even happens, and he's just overselling it. It's like, it's really windy out. Oh, he gets hit in the face with a squid, and you're like, oh my God, this poor guy. And then meanwhile, 15 feet behind him on the boardwalk, there's some guy just casually walking his dog, shaking his head. It's ridiculous, people. All right, guys. Hi, my name is Joe Pontillo. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Or afternoon.
Joe, come here, Joe. Don't go nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Pontillo, very funny guy.
Yeah.
Make sure you check him out. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Make sure you guys tune in next Saturday to the Frank Prince Show. And once again, thanks to Joe Pontillo and the studio audience. See you back in 2 weeks.